All right, JudgeSim. This game is wild. It's so wild. I've got Jake, the person who got me this game, and I got Matt here with me. Say hi,
Yo.
Jake and Matt.
What's up?
Yeah. So Jake just informed me that apparently I ended last episode right before shit gets crazy. So I figured we'll just jump in and we'll have them hanging out with us, and it might be kind of nice actually to be a judge with like some fellow judges to give me advice and offer other perspectives on a given case.
We're from
Zero context.
Oh, that's right, Matt. You haven't seen anything up to this point, have you?
I know nothing.
Perfect. All right, so we're just gonna jump in. Matt, for context, we are a judge in the island nation of the Banana Republic, and apparently this country has a lot of issues with corruption, and we're the judge that's supposed to fix that corruption. But we haven't really. We've dabbled in the corruption a little bit. We've come across a couple mafiosos, maybe some companies that are a little bit shady. But yeah, let's fucking go. Oh, Matt, so this is my family. This is my
cheese.
My unnamed
Lovely.
wife, my unnamed son, my unnamed daughter, and my cat Cheese. When you click him, he meows.
An icon.
Oh,
Look at his little beans.
how cute.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He purrs when you pet him. Currently we have $600. We're at 65% mental health. Oh, let's go to work. We got work. So we're at week 11, case 3, and we got this looking dude. All right, so let's see what they got on him. His name is Jamal Roderick. He's 31. He has no criminal record. He passed his mental health test, and he's a citizen. So he's already off to a good start. High treason. Jamal Roderick, who was captured by Prime Minister Matt Drake's... Oh, this is the first time I've heard the Prime Minister's name, actually. He was caught by Prime Minister Drake's guards during their patrol around the property at night, surrendered without difficulty. According to the information provided by the Prime Minister's guards, the police officer who was wearing his official uniform and had a gun with the safety on in his hand when he was got. So he's a cop?
He's a police officer.
All right, so, but he was at the Prime Minister's place, but he's not part of the Prime Minister's guard, so that's a little shifty, but there are like ways he could explain his self. The guards who searched the person found a red rose and a steel chair. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Damn.
So Matt,
That's
for
pretty-
reference, there's been 2 people who have been like politically assassinated, and
Okay.
every time it's like the only person who was there was the security guard. You need to put him in jail for assassination. And I'm like, where's your evidence? You have no evidence. You have to have evidence. I'm not going to put the security guard in jail. And then the body had a choking wire, like a piano wire with handles, and it had a red rose, right? And then like the next week there was another one where it was like, this CEO was murdered and it's his employee. His employee did it. And the guy was like, dude, I just went with my old friend, the boss, to go have a beer, and then I went home. I didn't know he was going to get murdered. And they're like, he assassinated. I'm like, where is your evidence? Where you have to have evidence. You can't just, like... So I think this might be the guy. I think Jamal might be the guy.
There were some guys killed in prison.
Oh, right, that were left with red roses. That's
This
right.
guy's got a body count.
Oh, if it's him, we're gonna have to look at the evidence. Always trust the evidence. All right. After everything I've done for the future of our country, oh, that's not a good. He's starting off on the wrong foot. Why would a sane person try to assassinate? Oh, this is Matt Drake.
That's the Prime Minister.
This is the Prime. I get the names mixed up sometimes. So this is the Prime Minister. Why would a sane person try to assassinate me? I can't understand it. I request from our justice system that necessary action be taken quickly. They cannot prevent me from being Prime Minister with such disgraceful and cowardly actions. Jamal, I can't understand why I was arrested and brought here. I received a phone call from headquarters. I was ordered to put on my uniform and go to the Prime Minister's house for additional security duty. I did whatever task was given to me. I could never have any intention of assassinating the Prime Minister. I have endless respect for him and his party. But you had known murder. Now, those could have been planted. I just realized those could have been planted by the cops.
Yes, this might have been a frame job.
All right, let's see what kind of... Oh, they started locking the evidence in a puzzle that only I can solve, apparently. This one goes here. This one goes in slot 3. This one goes in the bottom. And then this one goes in 2. And then... Yeah, all right, cool. Easy peasy. And then the light turns green when you solve the puzzle, and then you get the evidence. All right, these were found on the person during the search, and his pistol that was issued to him. All right, and there's no digital evidence. Okay, so
the Prime Minister's house doesn't have any security cameras?
Apparently not.
Nope.
However, let me be very clear. At no point does he say that crap you found on me was placed. Unless they're saying they found it on him and he doesn't know that they're saying this. Let's talk to him. We just got to talk to the guy. The exact same rose was found on the corpses in previous assassinations was found on you. How do you explain this? Your Honor, since you asked me that, I'll tell you. It was my girlfriend's birthday. I didn't have time to...
Okay.
Jamal, please. Okay, fine. What about the rope? What about the wire? While I was on my way to duty, I saw a beautiful rose on the side of the road, and I put the rose in the inner pocket of my uniform to give it to my girlfriend. I feel like that's an end of shift kind of thing, bud. I feel like that's an end of shift kind of thing. I didn't know that this rose was the same species as the rose found in previous murders. It was a big coincidence for me, too. As was the steel wire, right?
Ooh, straight to it.
I always take into consideration all possible negative situations as a professional habit. This was just an extra precaution? For what? You have a pistol and training. For what? In your statement, you said you went on orders from the center. How was it accepted that there was no such order from the center? The order I received was not a written order. I don't know. There may have been some confusion.
There was no order.
All right, my assassination possibility and my arrest possibility... My arrest is pretty bad, and I don't really have the money to buy it down, but this I'm not worried about. It's so easy for me to, like, mental gymnastics excuses for this guy, but he's not, like, he's not defending himself very well. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of just like, I don't know, man. Because we've come across cases like this before where someone's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, there's damning evidence against you. And they're like, I don't know. And he's kind of doing that same, like, I don't know attitude, except there's no digital evidence. All right, what are they?
Fair enough.
What? I mean, the rose, maybe I believe that he picked that for his girlfriend. Maybe.
No criminal record.
But the wire, well, I have to be ready for any possibility. You had a fucking choking wire on you? Really? That's the part that's tripping me up. So they're trying to charge him with high treason, right? Which is a crime against the state. 100 years in jail. 100 years in jail. Jesus. Oh, but wait, wasn't there a thing?
Yes, there is.
High treason. Those convicted of high treason should be executed. There's no... Okay, so here's the thing, right? And this is what's bothering me. If we execute this guy, if we don't execute him, there's a chance that he gets away with it, right? And that he gets out there and does it some more. But whether or not we put him in jail or execute him, whoever's hiring these people to do these things is just going to hire someone else. And he doesn't have a criminal record, guarantee you, because he's a cop. He's a police officer. That's why he doesn't have a criminal record, whether he's done crimes before or not.
Was he trying to kill the Prime Minister?
Honestly, I think he was. And I think he's just thinking, that'll be fine, I'm gonna get away with it. But I can't tell the cops, like, you need more evidence. Where's more evidence? And he doesn't have a lawyer. You know, it's kind of interesting that the only times there's a lawyer present is when there's a corporation. Have you noticed that, Jake? The only lawyers are when there's a corporation involved.
Yeah, there's no one representing him?
No one ever has representation. It's, here's the evidence, here's what they say, make a decision. And your decision is filed. There's never a jury, at least not yet. I don't know, they might introduce a jury later.
Sometimes there's a witness.
Sometimes there's a witness, yeah. But that witness is never here to be questioned. It's always written, like here, Matt Drake is considered a witness, and you have his statement, but that's it. So now I want to look for, like, inconsistencies in his shit. I have endless... See, this statement's kind of bothering me. I have endless respect for him and his party. Nothing about assassination is wrong. Nothing about I love my country. It's I have respect for him and his party. That statement's a little weird to me. I think he did it. But...
No one is claiming to have ordered him there.
But... And here's my problem, right? The book says he should be executed. If I don't execute him, my bar's gonna go up, like, a lot, probably. And even if it only goes up a little bit, it's at 35%. But what I could do is I could go with the original and give him 100 years, so if it turns out he's innocent, we can get him out. Because execution is final.
But the rules are dictating that you're gonna need to kill him.
That's exactly the problem. But if I don't... Because there's been... So, Matt, the reason that this is at 35% is because there's been a couple times where someone was, like, technically broke the law, and they admit to breaking it, and they're really sorry about it, but they were, like, in dire straits, and were kind of in a position where they didn't have a choice, so I was lenient on them. And my leniency got me this 35% possibility of being arrested.
Of you getting arrested?
Yeah, that's of me getting arrested.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And then the top one is assassinated.
I mean, yeah, the fact that it's called the Banana Republic does make sense.
Yeah, the banana.
Okay.
Oh, man, this is tough. I think he was going to assassinate, and to be perfectly honest, there's been other innocent people they've tried to pin for this crime. Oh my god, it's tough. Like, he admitted to having the crap on him, though. That's the thing. If he said that stuff was planted, I don't know what you're talking about, I'd be like, oh, the state is again trying to pin an assassination on some random asshole. But he admitted to having that stuff, and to be perfectly honest, he gave kind of a lukewarm response.
This is a really weak defense.
Yeah, it was very weak. I mean, I take into consideration all possible negative situation as a professional habit. This is just an extra precaution. Under what circumstance would having a wire like that be an extra precaution? That's wild to me.
That's too many coincidences.
Yeah. No, he did. He was gonna assassinate. No. All right, James. All right, Jamal, James, Mr. Roderick. I hereby pronounce you guilty, and you will be executed. Because that's what the rules say. I'm just doing what the rules. Just as you were making your judgment, a man's strange movements caught your eye.
Oh?
What? What? What the fuck?
Oh!
I was gonna execute him! Why did you throw yourself out there like that? Dude, why did you do that?
You got a letter.
Oh, it's probably just about my pay raise. Oh my god! Yo, I was making $1,600 a week last week. This is a massive fucking increase. This is the biggest increase I've seen so far. That is insane.
Is that enough to look away?
This is the only mechanic I don't like about this game.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a dice roll?
Yeah, but
dice roll.
Your dice roll is affected by that percentage. So if it's at 0%, it'll never roll double sixes. So you could have it at 90% and never get assassinated. It could be at 5% and you could get assassinated. It's a literal dice roll. Look at this, dude. Oh my god. I'm making an extra... After the car payment for my wife's car, I'm making an extra $1,000. That's wild. I'm wondering if carrying around this much money on me is going to come back to bite me in the ass. Alright. 65% mental health. Let's go to the bar. And let's get some mental health back. I need a whiskey shot after that shit. Oh, yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Listen, Sharon, I need a whiskey shot after today. I can't tell you about what happened to me, but just trust me when I tell you. The shit was fucking crazy. All right, Sharon, have a good night.
What can I say? We really had a doozy of a day.
We had a doozy of a day. Police officer loses their life. The police officer was shot and died during the trial in which he was tried as a defendant. The assassin was caught, which I guess is who we're gonna have in our courtroom next. Oh, that explains the pay raise.
Yep.
We done moved up in the world. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use some money to get this down to a respectable 10%.
That is reasonable.
All right, yeah, I'm fine with 370 bucks. Oh, we got a letter. Your Honor, after the recent events, we've decided to promote you to a more secure palace of justice. You will never be subjected to such an act again. We convey our wishes. Get well soon, Ministry of Justice. Well, thank you, Ministry of Justice. This is, I think this, if I do say so myself, is a working environment suitable to the gloriousness that is me as a judge. All right, Alex Martin. He has a criminal record, but he passed his mental health test, and he's a citizen. Alex, what you got going on, buddy? Assassination. Recently, a person named Jamal Roderick was shot 4 times and killed during his trial. After the shooting, when he was about to commit suicide, he was neutralized. So he was going to kill himself. During this process, he refused to testify. That's it. All right. I don't think I need to look at any evidence, but we're going to.
He was not red-handed.
We're going to look to see what they got. The pistol with his finger. 21-21, 362. 21-21, 360. Yeah, it's his fingerprints. Yeah. Yeah, that's him. I mean, shit. I mean, shit, guy.
What does he have to say for himself?
Do you insist on continuing not to talk? Why did you commit this murder? Who do you work for? I have nothing to say. I'm an anarchist. All right, look. I'm gonna sentence you to death, right? I think that's pretty obvious that I'm gonna sentence him to death. But I'm not gonna lie. That's a little based. I have nothing to say. I'm an anarchist. It's a little based. All right.
Sir, that's incredibly hard.
Yes.
Damn.
Alex Martin, you're a bad bitch. All right. Assassination. What does the book say? Oh, it doesn't say anything about assassination.
Ooh.
So that'll be homicide.
Homicide.
Aggravated sentence, 102 years in jail. All right. I guess I'm not sentencing you to death.
Respect.
You know what? For the crime of assassination, I was going to sentence you to execution, But due to your incredible baseness, I'm only going to give you 102 years. Alright. So far, I've only failed... Actually, no, I haven't failed any of these rolls yet. Alright. We're doing okay. Can I go... So I've noticed that sometimes when you go to the bar, it gives you negatives. So I have to... And I accidentally bought a thing once when it was negative. That's how it had gotten so low. Alright, we're gonna do... $960? I was not paying attention to this. Oh my god, why is it so much? Fuck you.
For a whiskey?
Yeah!
What's the inflation like?
Dude, honestly, this, like, economy is all over the place. A dude robbed a woman for $200, and I was like, dog, why are you doing that? But then, like, my kid's like, I need money for clothes, $1,000, and I'm like, yo. Also, why does this guy look like Hitler? We hate to have to warn you, but you must release Albert DeSanta. Otherwise, your wife and children will suffer for it. If Albert DeSanta is sentenced, be prepared to watch your family disappear.
Ooh.
And he has a criminal record. Charges murder. Recently at noon, 3 gunshots were heard in the restaurant called Burger Queens. A person named Martin Madrex lost his life in the incident. Madrex? It has been stated that the cameras are not active because the restaurant just opened. As a result of the consistent statements of customer Amanda Franks and employee Katia Stons, who were there at the time of the incident, and the photo fit they drew, the information of the person named Albert DeSanta was obtained not long after the person named Albert DeSanta was caught by the police and taken into custody. I started my shift at noon. Since the restaurant is secluded, I can remember the customers' faces. While I was waiting at the counter, I noticed that the customer at table 14 were arguing. The customer in the leather jacket suddenly pulled out a gun and pointed at the person in front of him. As soon as I saw the gun, I hid under the safe. Then I heard 3 gunshots. I didn't show up for a while because I was afraid. When I came out, I saw the man lying on the ground. Then I notified police. I went to Burger Queens around noon to order, but I went to the restroom before making it. I stayed for about 5 minutes. After leaving, we made eye contact with the customers at table 14. While I was heading to the cash register to order, I heard the scream of the cashier. With a sudden reflex, I threw myself under a table when I heard 3 gunshots. After a while, I came out from under the table, and one of the men was on the floor. The other had left the place. Albert. What do you have to say, Albert? I was sleeping at home at the time of the incident. You accused me of shooting a man, but I was at home until the evening hours that day. I only went out for drinks with my friends in the evening. This is a murder they are trying to pin on me. I am not guilty. Alright, let's see how consistent he is when we talk to him. Oh wait, I have evidence to look at. There is 1 digital evidence. I mean, yeah, that's him. I mean, that is Albert. Mr. Albert DeSanta, do you have anything to add? No, Your Honor. I said everything I wanted to say in my statement. I am not guilty. I don't need to say anything else. I mean...
And the bloody note says to let him go.
The bloody note says that he needs to be released.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing, guys. You don't need to threaten my family. Alright? I'm a reasonable judge. I know from watching YouTube videos that eyewitness testimony are extremely flawed. You can't really trust them a lot of the time. But this note is, like, making me think that he absolutely did that shit. Why threaten me if he's innocent? Unless the police are trying to pin this on him and he's important? My possibility of assassination is pretty fucking low. But there is not a number for the possibility of assassination of my family. And to be perfectly honest with you, the only The only people in that household, this is gonna sound horrible, alright? Alright, brace yourself.
Yeah.
The only people in that household that I really actually care about are my daughter and my cat. The other two I'm kind of whatever about, honestly. If I'm just being honest.
What did your son do to you?
He did nothing, that's the thing. He just sits there and soaks up my resources and asks for money for clothes. My daughter asks for money for school. My wife demands expensive luxuries that I don't have the money for and then gets mad at me when I don't fork over money I don't have.
Your daughter wanted a smartphone.
And she got one because she's my little princess and I love her.
What a good dad.
I mean, shit, I don't know here, man. Alright, he has a criminal record. That's the other part of this, is he has a criminal record. But what is his criminal record? I don't know.
This is murder, not assassination.
Aggravated sentence is 26 years in jail. Right? But this is do not...
You must release.
You must release him. I don't know, man. I kinda don't want anything bad to happen to my family, and this is scary. My possibility of arrest is pretty low. Fuck, can I show this to the police? Hey, request special guard. No, that's not gonna do anything. It just lowers my assassination bar. Nope. You know what? 26 years. I have to stick to my principles. I have to stick to my principles.
Is there a quick save?
It always saves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, alright, so a little peek behind the curtain. The other day, I went to record episode 3. I got 20 minutes into the recording, and I realized my microphone wasn't on.
Ooh.
And so basically what I did was I reset the game, but I had missed like 3 cases were just not recorded. So I pulled up the recordings on my left screen of episodes 1 and 2, and then I pulled up the game on my right screen. I started the game over and perfectly replicated all of my decisions up to that point, and then re-recorded episode 3 with the mic on. I mean, it kind of worked. But we're pretty deep into the fucking game now.
Yeah.
I can't be a hypocrite. I can't be a hypocrite. I can't do it.
Alright, well...
I
I can
can't.
respect that.
I can't be a hypocrite.
Yeah, you stuck to your guns.
I'm a judge.
I hope this works out for you.
I do too.
Not my family.
But like, I've gone so easy on people that deserve to be going easy on. But this threatening me shit, man. The only way we're gonna fix the Banana Republic is to just fucking do it. We can't fix it by being part of the problem. All right, wish me luck. All right, we're good. Oh, I just remembered that creepy guy that came to my door that one night.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, see, the people, this is why I do what I do. Is the people like when I do the moral just thing. This is
Hashtag Twitter.
Hashtag Twitter. Although I'm not gonna lie, these emojis here kind of trip me up a bit. Like, the party, like all the other ones make sense, but this one's a little... The chosen one? Yeah, anyway. Look at my family. I don't know if this is a shadow from her hair or if it's sweat or what, but it, like... It's a little weird. And this guy has, like, shadows under his eyes. You need to get more sleep, son.
This art design needed another pass.
It reminds me of, like Newgrounds from when we were in, like, middle school and high school.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, there's no shame in paying someone to do that.
The thing that trips me up the most, though, is, like, her lines and his lines are not the same thickness. Right? Like, it was clear that, like, I don't know, like, why things have different line thicknesses, but they do. And then another thing, and Jake, I don't know if you caught this oh. So, like, this is a thing I noticed, right? Like, if you go to homicide, so, like, you see how big the fonts are and, like, the arrow placement? Watch this. The arrows will move around on you. Look.
Yeah.
Look, they, like, shift around.
A very professional book.
Yeah, and then this one, like, the text comes off the page a little bit. Like, just make the font smaller. Across the whole thing, just make this font a little bit smaller, you know?
Is this one person making this game?
I think this was made by a single person.
It feels like it.
Which is fine.
I mean, yeah.
But... Alright, who is this
coat
guy?
of paint would be nice. This game looks pretty cool.
I'm loving this game, by the way. Joseph Gray. No criminal record, failed his mental health test, and he's a citizen. Kidnapping. Recently, Aisha Ellery, the wife of Stuart Ellery, notified the police after not hearing from her husband. As a result of the extensive searches carried out by police, it was determined that Stuart Ellery left his workplace and headed towards his home. Security cameras en route of his home were examined, and it was determined that he was put into a black minibus without his consent. As a result of the intense work of police, the person named Joseph Gray, the owner of the minibus in which Stuart Ellery was kidnapped, was caught and taken into custody. As a result of the searches carried out in the house of Joseph Gray, Stuart Ellery was found unconscious with his hands, feet, and mouth tied in a secret compartment of the house. In addition, many people were found dead or unconscious in other secret compartments in the house. Oh my god! Joseph!
Whoa!
You found a serial killer.
Oh my god! First of all, I would like to state that I am definitely not a murderer. I only treat sick people who are on their deathbed. While doing this, I do not ignore their consent.
What?
I provide them with the opportunity to continue living. This is an opportunity for them. I am not crazy. I don't force anyone to do... Wait, what? First of all, I would like to state that I am definitely not a murderer. I only treat sick people who are on their deathbed. While doing this, I do not ignore their consent. I provide them with the opportunity to continue living. Is this like a Jigsaw type character? No, I make people better by torturing them and seeing the error of their ways. Alright, clearly this guy has some mental health issues. What's the evidence? Oh, they changed the combo on me.
Ooh.
It was the same combo for like a long time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh,
alright.
there you go.
Good lord. Fugitive Joseph Gray. He escaped from the hospital. If you see him, notify the authorities. Document confirming that he escaped from a mental hospital. Hospital report. Multiple personality disorder. Oof. That's a big oof, buddy. Is there digital evidence? They said they caught security cameras. Where's that footage? I see in your statement that you say you treat people. On what grounds do you base this? Your Honor, I am a good surgeon. I work in a private hospital, and in my spare time, I take care of people who can't afford a hospital. You do not work in a hospital, my friend. I treat people on their deathbeds, and I don't get paid for it. Why should that be a crime? Mr. Gray, have you ever been in a mental hospital? No, I haven't been. I'm a very good veterinarian. I only treat animals. I don't want money from them either. They say I'm very good at my job.
This guy's all over the place.
Yeah, he fucking is. And why do you tie up the people you treat? They're always causing trouble. I think about their well-being. I understand, Mr. Gray. Do not worry. You will continue to treat animals. Thank you, Your Honor. I knew you cared about me. Alright, so... in the law book, it says right here, all criminals with a negative mental health test must be sent to treatment without penalty. Now, I explained in a prior episode that I am a massive proponent that people who, like, are sick or are addicted to hard drugs do not need to go to jail. They need help. And I have it written right here that I have no choice but to do exactly what I was already going to do anyway.
But there was dead bodies in his house, right?
Yeah, and he did escape. He did
Yeah.
It says that
Do you think he'll get out again?
He has a multiple personality disorder.
Criminals with a negative mental health must be sent to treatment without penalty. It says it right there. This is a tough one. He did kill a lot of people. Look at his eye.
He's smiling. I don't like it.
Jake, you're not going to confuse me. I know what I must do. Wait,
Joseph Gray.
what was he being, what were they kidnapping? All right, what is the punishment for kidnapping? Wait, why are they trying to get him on kidnapping and not all of the corpses that they found in his house? All right, where's kidnapping? Where the fuck is kidnapping? This happens to me a couple times. Am I blind? This has happened to me a couple times where I can't find the crime I'm looking for. Oh, here it is.
Kidnapping.
6 years jail. Or 10 years jail. He has no criminal record, so it would be... So here's the question. Joseph, do I give him 6 years in jail where he'll eventually get right back out and keep doing this shit? Or worse, he'll get murdered by somebody in jail? Or do I send him back to the hospital where there's a chance he could get help or there's a chance he could escape again?
He has a clean record.
He does have a clean record.
help.
So he would only get 6 years for kidnapping.
If it's his first offense, then you should probably send him to the hospital.
It is technically his first offense, and there's no proof that he killed the people in his house, right? Many people were found dead or unconscious in other secret compartments in this house. So why are they only going after him for this one crime?
I guess there's not enough evidence that he's the one who killed them.
Yeah, I guess. I guess they've started taking it to heart that they have to have evidence. I'm not just going to put someone away if they don't have evidence. All right, look, my hands are tied. It says right here, he must be sent to get treatment.
Yeah, he needs help.
He needs something. All right, so here's the thing, right? If he gets back out and he does this again, I'm just going to straight up have him executed. I think it would be better for everyone, himself included. But my hands are tied. That's the rules. The rules say to get him mental health. As a result of decisions you made, it only went up by $100. Interesting. Good. This one should pass. Fantastic.
Payday.
All right, look at us. $1,470 in the hole. That's what I like to see. All right. Man, I'm gonna hold on to this money because I feel like it's usually a couple days and then something happens where you need to fork over money for something. So I'm gonna hold on to this money. All right. Case 1. David Hamilton, Ashley Cohen. All right. Miss Cohen, Mr. Hamilton. Damage lawsuit filed by Ashley against Ostavik Construction. Oh, so he must be the lawyer representing Ostavik. Ashley Cohen, the daughter of Fred Cohen, who died by falling from the 15th floor of the ongoing construction with Ostavik Construction, about a week ago filed a lawsuit for compensation worth $120,000, stating that the construction owners did not take sufficient safety measures. Oh, I got a feeling I know what I'm going to decide here already. Relevant units carried out the investigations and added the results to the examination report on behalf of Ostavik Construction Company. Attorney David Hamilton is featured. I was taking my child to school the day the accident happened. The call came and they said that my father had an accident at work and was taken to the hospital. Dude, that 15-story fall should have killed him instantly. I don't know what they're talking about taking him to the hospital. When I reached the hospital, they gave me the news of my father's death. I couldn't see my father on the first day because he was being examined, but the next day I saw his terrible state in the morgue. Those who did this should never see the light of day. I request that the necessary action be taken against the construction company and its officials who did not take any safety precaution against the possibility of him falling from the area, even though he was too old and aimed to make a profit, even from security costs. David Hamilton, there are exactly 60 workers. None of these people fail to prioritize their own safety. This is exactly what should happen. Wait, what? Oh, the people prioritizing their safety. Wait, did he say none of these people fail to prioritize their own safety? However, the employee named Fred Cohen constantly endangered the safety of himself and his friends by being too hasty in everything he did. The accident was entirely his own fault. Alright, well, what's the evidence? Only iron fences were built around the building construction. There are no signs to deter pedestrians passing near the construction site. Employees have sufficient protective equipment. As a matter of fact, it has been observed that employees who are required to use protective equipment, even if not during working hours, do not use this equipment. There is no safety rope on the scaffolding built around the building to prevent the worker teams from falling. All the damage occurred in the upper part because the person hit the ground head first while falling. Jesus. The brain was critically damaged and the person died instantly. There's no digital evidence. And you can't talk to them. See, in these, like, civil cases, you don't get to talk to anybody most of the time. You're just presented with the evidence. I mean, this statement right here is what I'm stuck on. There is no safety rope on the scaffolding built around the building to prevent the working teams from falling. Now, if it had been like, because like when you're, at least here in America, when you're working in very tall places, you're supposed to have a harness on, right? And when someone falls from a great height because they were not wearing the employer provided harness, that's their own fault. They were supposed to be wearing a harness and they weren't. You know, you can only...
The question is, what does protective equipment entail?
Yeah.
Right.
Employees have significant protective equipment.
As a matter of fact, it has been
Like
observed...
a hard hat? Is that sufficient?
Is like a reflective vest, you know? As a matter of fact, it has been observed that employees who are required to use protective equipment, even if not during working hours, do not use this equipment. It sounds like this is a company and an employee fuck up, but here's the thing. If I am always going to be on the side of workers for the most part. If your workers are not wearing your protective employment, you need to punish them. You need to like cut their hours or take them off of the shift or write them up or threaten to fire them for not following safety protocol.
They're there
something.
for a reason.
Right.
Yeah, it's a failure of responsibility.
It is. And this I'm still getting tripped up about this, the lack of safety rope. Like, what does sufficient protective equipment even mean? What does this mean? Only iron fences were built around the building. There are no signs to deter pedestrians. See, this
That's
one,
another thing too.
these two show a lack of care on the part of the employer, and this could come from that. This could be a not like a sub a oh, what's the word? This could not. I don't think that this is happening because the employees are lazy. I think that this is happening because of something that the company is doing.
There are a number of OSHA violations.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna rule in favor of her as to pay compensation, and the company continues activities. They must pay compensation, and the company's operations are suspended. Company shall not pay and will not be penalized for anything. Well, we're not doing that one. So see, this is interesting. Sometimes they'll only give you the two extreme decisions, but other times they'll give you like in-between decisions you can go with. I mean, I hate to say this, but they said they had 60 employees, and only the one guy died. Maybe they won't have this problem again, right? If I just pin them with a fine, right? Because there's no way making your employees use safety equipment and getting them some harnesses and some ropes is as expensive as a $120,000 payout.
Yeah.
All right, y'all can continue your activities, but I swear to Christ, Ostovic, if you come back in my fucking courtroom again, it's going to be a fucking cold day in hell, and we're going to have some problems.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one. Meow. Yeah, I love cheese. Look at him. His tail. I love this cat. This is my favorite member of the family right here. All right.
Do you tell that to them? To their face?
Yes, I say this in front of them.
I love the cat more than you.
Cheese is my favorite family member. My daughter is a very, very, very close second. My son, I don't know, go smoke weed or something. And you soak up too much of my money and you don't put out. You just sit on the couch.
The cat never asks me for money.
He never asks me for anything. He just is. Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Valentin Plaus. He has a criminal record? What did you fucking do? Recently, Vinnie Plaus made a report to police and stated that her husband was violent. The police went to the house where Vinnie Plaus and Valentine Plaus lived, checked the situation, and seriously warned the person named Valentine. The next day, Vinnie notified the police again and reported the same situation. The police went to the house where the couple lived and detained him. She stated that she had a complaint against her husband. We're married for 5 years. I have never experienced any violence from my husband until now, but during this year he increasingly started to use physical violence against me. I had to report him to the police. I thought it would calm down a bit after that, but it wasn't what I expected, and he started to take a more aggressive approach towards me. The last incident I experienced was the last straw. I complained and filed a complaint against him. See, sometimes the grammar in this game is just a little weird. I complained and filed a complaint against him. I request that the necessary action be taken. Alright, what do you have to say for yourself, you angry-looking little bitch? During our relationship with my wife, I did not use any violence against her. I love my wife very much, and I've always had a naive approach towards her. I think that everything we see in the world is the work of women. They are special. My wife and I have had occasional arguments and fights, but unfortunately, these are indispensable parts of a marriage. Yeah, it's true. The only reason I argue with her is because I value her too much. Dog. Look at her fucking face. Boy, you better hope that this evidence is in your fucking favor.
Whose statement was that?
That was his.
Valentine?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's Valentine.
Yeah, he's Valentine and she's Vinny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to switch around.
Oh, good. swelling and bruising around the right eye due to impact. Broken nasal bone. There's a word for this bone that's in your nose. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Alright, is there any digital evidence? There's not.
Nose bone.
Alright, let's talk to him. In his statement, your husband said that he did not use violence against you. It was just an argument. What do you think about this topic? What do you think about this line of inquiry? Her voice is annoying.
She's just calling him out.
My husband is a great wordsmith, and he definitely lies. I do not agree with him. Can you explain to us what you mentioned in your statement as the final straw? I cook the meals at home, and before I cook, I ask my husband what dish he wants. I asked him what food he wanted, and he asked me to make chicken salad. Oh, dude, are you fucking kidding me? We're not arguing about this. Chicken salad is incredible, and you're wrong. As we were eating, he told me that the food had no salt. When I told him I forgot to put salt, he threw the remote control in my face and hit me in the nose. Dude, what the fuck? I can't explain how it hurts. I went to the hospital alone and found out that a bone in my nose was broken. Jesus. Why did you throw the remote control at your wife's face? Actually, I didn't want to throw the remote control at my wife's face. At that time, I was watching the football match and my favorite team... A football match of my favorite team, and the team was behind in terms of score. I got angry at one point and wanted to throw the remote control at the TV. At that time, my wife was passing in front of the television, and it hit her in the face. That's exactly how it happened. Okay.
Anyone else not buy a word of that?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Not at all. So beating, 2 years jail, 4 years jail for aggravated sentence, and he definitely has a criminal record. Yeah, 4 years. Let me make sure that's it. 4 years. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, Valentine. You clearly beat the shit out of her. I'm not buying that for a fucking second.
See you at the divorce.
Right? If you need help filling out that paperwork, Vinny, come by my office.
Bye, fucker. Wow.
80%. We're still, dude, we're doing so good in this game. We're just like, bill passed. Penalty reduction has been arrived for criminals over 50 years of age.
It's cut in half.
Has been arrived.
Yeah, English probably isn't their first language.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, if it's not, they're doing a great job. This vibes to me, this whole game and the art style, it vibes to me like a high schooler made this game. And if a high schooler made this game, this is phenomenal. Like,
yeah, this could be like a final project.
Right, like, and if this is, like, they put so much effort into this, and it's actually really cool, like a concept for a game.
Yeah, I have no idea how long this is.
Age 23, female, no criminal record, passed health test, is a citizen. And then we've got Elliot Isaac. Oh, they're husband and wife. Gene Isaac, Elliot Isaac. Maybe brother. They could be brother sister. He is a criminal, though.
He does. She's clean, he's not.
Cybercrime. Recently, an abnormal money flow was detected in the inner account transfer reports of the bank named Art Bank. The first person... What? Hold on a second. Oh, I just noticed my screen is flickering. I don't know if that's coming through on the recording.
No, it's not coming through on the stream.
I definitely, like, here and here, there's like a flicker going on. It's kind of wild. Oh, yeah, there's like a flicker. You know what it is? I bet you it's just my, like, the refresh rate isn't isn't syncing up. I bet you that's all it is.
Freaking out with the static picture.
Yeah. All right. I'm not worried about it. All right. The first person to notice the incident was a person named Johann Floyd, who had been working at the bank for 10 years. It was stated that there was a total of 5 money transfers in the incident, and the money was transferred to the same account. As the amount of money increased at the same rate with each transfer, Johann Floyd thought there was something wrong and checked the accounts. The account owner, Elliot Isaac, was reported to the authorities and detained at his home address. Upon his statement, his sister, Jean Isaac, was detained at her residence to take his statement. Elliot, I am not aware of the incident in question. I don't use that account anyway. Since I didn't use it, I gave it to my sister when she needed it. We never talked to her about this kind of issue. She is Jean Isaac. It would be better if you consult with her about this matter. I last saw her about a month ago when I tried to visit my family. Jean, I have no knowledge about the subject you're talking about. A few days ago, some money was deposited in my bank account, but I don't know who sent the money. I got the account for my brother just to save money and keep it safe. It seems to me that the bank misunderstood something. Now, it is this. He has a criminal record, right? So I guess there is a... See, I wish you could look at their criminal record and, like, see... Because if he had been charged and found guilty of cyber crimes before, then maybe. But, I mean, this criminal record, this could mean anything.
Yeah, did he jaywalk?
Right. Because, like, all right, so in the very first episode, there was a guy who had said he had a criminal record, but it said, like, they keep trying to pin this on me, and every time the case has been thrown out. So he had a criminal record, but he had not been found guilty of anything. Which I thought was very interesting. All right. That one, and then this one goes in 3, and then this one... Oh, I did that wrong. Shit. This one goes in here, this one goes in 3, and then this one goes down here, and then this one goes in 2, this one goes in 1, and then bam. Alright. Bit number of the IP address that made a cyber attack on the bank. Correspondent of bit numbers to IP numbers. IP number of Elliot. IP address of Jean. Wait. Oh, so it's 172 14 254 and 1. That's Jean. That's her IP address. Bit number of the IP address that made the cyber attack on the bank is her IP address.
That seems pretty rock solid.
It does seem. Is there any digital evidence? There's not. You stated that some money arrived in your bank account. Haven't you wondered who and how this money came from? I was doing a different job at the time and only saw the incoming notification. I don't even know the amount of money. Money was transferred to your bank account 5 times and you were notified each time. Didn't you look at any of these notifications? Actually, I looked, but I didn't understand anything. That's why I didn't tell anyone. Wait, that's the whole statement?
So she got money 5 times.
And the evidence says that the cyber attack was made from her IP address. Look, I don't know that much about cybersecurity and hacking, but I'm pretty sure this is easy enough evidence to fake. But why would someone put the money in her account instead of their own account or an offshore account?
Yeah, they'd have no way to get it.
I think Jean did it. I think she's just lying to me. He's the one with the criminal record, but maybe he's reformed himself. All right, what are they trying to give him? They're trying to give her cybercrime. 4 years in jail for a first-time offender. She is a first-time offender, right? Yeah? Alright. Alright, 4 years. Gene Isaac. 4 years. And then Elliot. There is no evidence against you. So we are going to let you go. Nice. I got another raise. $100. This game is wild, dude.
It has a very good variety.
It does. I like that it's not just like the most important cases in the country. It's also like random citizens and their marital problems.
Yep.
It's got to lull you back into a rhythm before it throws
the bullshit at you.
curveballs at you.
Yeah. Like a landlord and his PTSD victim.
That was crazy. So, Matt, there was this lady who was behind on her rent payment, and she said that he jacked her rent up and that she was struggling to find work. And the guy was like, she owes me rent. I don't care. She owes me rent with interest. Also, she has crazy loud parties, and she makes awful amounts of noise. Here is my neighbor to prove that she makes awful amounts of noise. And I'm sitting here like, what does that have to do with this case about her owing you money? All right, fine, whatever. That's a separate issue. But then the old guy he brought in was like a World War II veteran, and he was really old, and he was like, look, man, whatever my landlord says is what he says. Whatever he says, I agree with it. I just agree with whatever he says. And I was like, yo, what are you doing? So I ended up siding with her, but in a way that's like, you still owe him the money, but you can continue to stay there. He can't evict you. No interest. I was very upset about that one. I was like, if you had just come in here and said, she owes me money with interest, I want to kick her out, I might have, like, entertained that. But when you start bringing in a World War II veteran and, like, forcing him to talk about, like, noise complaints that she claims, like, she's quiet. Oh my god, it reminded me, Matt, of that woman that lived above you when we were in college. We'd be, like, quietly playing a board game and she'd call the cops on us.
She came in on us once playing Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. She just came into your apartment?
She knocked
No,
on the door,
yeah.
and like the police showed up.
What the fuck? Because y'all were playing Star Wars? That's wild.
I remember pulling into the parking lot and seeing the cops there and waving at them, and then I get out and they're just chilling by the front door, and I'm like, hello. And I just open the door and go in. Like, can I help you?
Was there anyone else in your house? That's wild. That woman was crazy.
But do you want it on recording?
Oh, yeah, fair enough. All right, we've been going for 1 hour and 3 minutes, and we just finished a week out, so this might actually be a good stopping place for this episode. Matt, what do you think of JudgeSim?
This is pretty cool.
I fell in
this.
love with this.
I love this game. It's a little rough around the edges, but you know what? Like, concept-wise, core mechanics-wise, this game's there. I fucking love it.
But yeah, effort was put into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was clearly a lot of love put into making this game. But yeah, I have no idea how long this game is. To be honest, when you got me this game, Jake, I thought this was gonna be like a 45-minute, an hour-long game, right? Like Papers, Please, nice and quick.
Yeah.
But this is like really long, especially when
It's an adventure.
Like when you
Papers, Please was like an hour. more than 45 minutes.
Oh, dude, I did like
Couple hours.
1 episode of Papers, Please, maybe 2, and I played it like 3 times.
No. You got
Because
all the way through?
so the first
Or
time,
did you die?
I think I died the first time. I played it through 3 times, and I didn't go back all the way to the beginning each time. I just went back a certain distance to try to get different endings. But yeah, I really like this game. I'm gonna play more of this very soon.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes. Yeah, Matt, you got to pick up this
Yeah.
game and give it a try. It's been very
Check it out.
interesting.
Yeah, it's really cheap. On Steam.
Yeah, well, how much was it? It was like $10, $5?
No, it's like 4.
Oh, wow.
It's dirt cheap.
Oh, fuck yeah. There's no reason to not to buy it
No
then.
excuse not to, yeah.
Yeah. All right. JudgeSim. Until next time when we figure out the fate of the Banana Republic.